So I'm going to show you how to use this MLA citation generator. So instead of having you struggle through and try to do your works cited page by hand, we are going to use this um, uh, citation generator. Okay. However, I want to make very clear that these are not always 100% right. Oftentimes they are usually wrong because they're missing something. Okay, but I want to show you how to use this, and then I'm going to kind of show you what certain things you need to fix. Okay, so in the works cited cheat sheet that I have for you, okay, all of these rules still apply. Your works cited page still needs to be on a new page after you've written your paper. So like here's the end of my paper, so I went down and I started my new page for my works cited page. Okay, you need to label the works cited page, and you don't want to italicize it or put it in quotation marks or bold it or anything. Okay, so I didn't do that. Okay, it's in there. You can see that it's centered. Okay, then you just go down and you start and make sure that your citations are left justified like they're supposed to be. Okay, and your citations need to be double spaced, but no skipping spaces in between entries. Okay, just like how you don't put an extra space between your paragraphs. And then you also need to make sure that you indent the second line and subsequent lines of that citation to create a hanging indent. Okay, so back to this thing. So what you're going to do is most of you use websites. So you're going to click on this website thing, and you need to make sure that it's MLA style. Okay, then you excuse me, are going to copy and paste your link in here. So I'm going to go in and grab my source. Okay, so I'm going to grab this one because I know this one's a website. So I'm just going to copy that, and I'm going to paste it right in here. Okay, so then you're going to hit search websites. It should come up with your article, and then you're going to hit select. Now it's going to tell you what it found. So it found the URL, it's got the website title, and all this stuff. The only thing it didn't find was that. Okay, so then you're going to hit the final step, and it's going to show you all of this stuff. So in the event that you're missing something, like the machine didn't grab something, say it has a article title, but it's saying that it didn't, you can put the article title in there by hand. Okay, then you're going to hit the Create Citation button, and it will create the citation for you. Now the only thing in here that is incorrect, that it doesn't have, is the date accessed, which you do need. So when you go to your little cheat sheet here, one of the last things that you need to have is the date accessed. So you need to do accessed and then put the date. The date is always going to be the day first, then the month, and then the year, and then a period. Okay, so if you did actually access it the day that you're doing your citations, then you can put that date. Otherwise, you need to put whatever date it was that you accessed it. Okay, so I'm going to go here. So we've got this, so I'm going to hit copy, or you could highlight it and hit copy. Now I'm going to go to my works cited page. Okay, now I'm going to do paste. Okay, so now it doesn't quite put it in here like we're supposed to, because you can see how it's a different color. So I'm going to highlight this and make sure that it's black. Okay, and now what you have to do is you kind of have to play around with the length of your lines. So this needs to be left justified, but this needs to be indented. And see how when I went here and I was in front of it and I hit indent, and it indented the top line instead? In order to get around that, you're going to go in front of the line that you need indented, and you're going to hit enter. Okay? When you do that, it shouldn't do anything, okay, because I just hit enter. Then you can hit tab, okay, because it's detaching it from the line above it. Okay? Then you kind of need to play around with the length of your link and get as much of it up there as you can. Okay, so I'm playing around a little bit to see if I can get how much of it I can get up there. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it there like that. Okay, and as you can see, it made it blue because it is giving me the link there. Go ahead and remove that link. Okay, so now this second stuff in here is also indented. Okay, so this is what your stuff needs to look like. So then when you go on to your next one, so it might automatically indent it like that. You need to make sure that your going all the way and you're left justified. So let's go ahead and I'm going to go to my one of my other sources. Okay, I'm going to grab this link right here. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go back here, make sure I'm on website, I'm on MLA. I'm going to paste that link in there, and we're going to hit search websites. Okay, and it might be, so right now it's saying that it's loading, but maybe it can't find anything. Okay, then you might have to hit the manual entry mode. Okay, and now I know that for me, this particular source is actually a journal, so I have to go into the journal thing and hit the manual entry mode. And I'll do this. So then I can go into, I'm going to go into my source here. And we've got the title here, we've got some authors, okay, so now I can start manually putting it in. So my article title was Genetics of Ankylosing Spondylitis. Okay, so that's my title. Okay, now I'm going to go to my author. Okay, I've got 3 authors here, so I can put all of them in. So I'm going to go Matthew. Okay, and I have more than one author, so I need to add another space. Now I can go back and add the other one. And I have a third one, so I need to add that one as well. And just make sure that you're checking the spelling to make sure everything is correct. Okay, now you won't have to do this if it's a website, but you just need to fill in all of the information that you can find. So I'm going to go back here and I'm going to see if I can find the title of this journal. Okay, there's no title for this journal, so I can skip that part. So there's no volume or issue or series or anything like that. I also don't know when it was published. There's nothing there. I do have page numbers though, so I need to go and do, okay, it's on page 43. Let's go all the way to the bottom, and what is our last page? It's 49. Okay. Now, so when you're doing your website, you can put in the title and the sponsor and the URL and stuff like that, and the date that it's published and all that stuff. Okay, and then you can create the citation. Okay, then you can do that. And I need to go back and fix it, because I need to put in, oh no. Well, see, I messed it up, so now I gotta start all over again. I'm gonna do the manual entry. Okay, add my people. Okay, I didn't have this stuff. I did have page 43 to 49. I don't have any of that, but I do have my URL, so I can go in here. I'm going to copy this URL. I'm going to put it in here. Now I can create my citation. See, now it's got my URL in there, okay? And again, it's missing the date access, so when I copy this and I go into paste it, okay, I need to put my access, and then I can put today's date. So remember, gotta start with the day first, then December. So when you have something that's more than 4 letters long, you gotta abbreviate it, and then put the date, and then a period. Okay, and I need to actually go back and add that to my other one too. Okay, so like I said, you kind of got to play around with the length of your stuff and see how much you can get up there. I don't really want to get too much of it, so I'm actually just going to leave this here and do that. Okay, now one thing I got to check again is to make sure that it's the correct color so that everything's correct. Okay, so now once you have this, when you have all your stuff done, then you have to alphabetize it. Remember? So I'm going to just highlight that. I'm going to drop that up there. This one has to go on the bottom. So I can do that. Oh, see, it got a little bit messed up, so now you gotta make sure that everything is all right. See, in this one, it didn't save my indents, so now I gotta double check it. Okay, so now all my 3 sources are alphabetized, and they are now cited correctly. Okay, so hopefully this helps you a little bit with your using that little machine. You might have to manually put things in like I had to, or if you can just put in the URL and it'll tell you, that's perfectly fine too. I just wanted this to be an option for you, something a little bit easier and less overwhelming.